Fine. So two more variable here I want to add in this. One is like LV underscore JSON type string, and one more variable I want here LV underscore content underscore length type I. Okay, now so first I want to read the endpoint URL for the token, and table maintenance for that fetch token URL. So I need to select single all from our table name which I have created. Okay, into data. I'm using new web syntax here, gs underscore auth. Now I want to fetch the URL for token. So for that, my process is token. Okay, with this name, I have maintained the URL and other details like I type password and all to fetch the token. Okay, so here I will write if size of RC equal to 0, and if else you can pass any message if you required. You can add any other validation as well based on your requirement. Now I will open the try and the catch block. Okay, try and catch block. The first here what we'll write like LV underscore service URL. So which URL we want to call? The URL which we have mentioned in our authorization table. Okay, that URL will pass as a service URL, and now you have to call the method CL HTTP client. Okay, and here create by URL CL HTTP client create by URL. This is the method you have to call here. Sorry, here it is not REST, CL HTTP. That's why I'm not able to see the detail. Okay, see, you have to call this method. You can press Ctrl plus space to get the detail of this URL. Okay, if you click on this, if you press tab, we'll get all the details here. All the parameters will get of that. Now what we have to do, we have to pass the mandatory parameters. So here we can see in the exporting URL is mandatory. Remaining all we can see comments. So okay, if it is already comment, this means that those are optional. If you pass, good. If you're not passing, no issue. But the mandatory parameters, once we call any method, okay, the parameters which are not comment means those are mandatory parameter. We have to pass the value for that. So here I will pass LV underscore service URL. Okay, and here in response, I want to get a client. So here as I declare my variable LO underscore HTTP client, so that I pass here and always open all the exceptions. Okay, after every method call, you can check. Here it will give error because I have written only try, not the end try. Okay, so let's here what I will do here, like else part. If there is no URL in this table, that is else part. After this, first I will write a catch block cx underscore root and then end try, so that we can check our return code. Now save, check, no error. Okay. So now here check size of RC equal to 0. Okay. If with the call method, if success, then what we'll do next? We'll set the method, post method. Why post method? Because in the document, from the document we know the request type for this authorization API is post method. That's why here the next step is we have to set the post method. Okay, so what I will do, I will write here like set the post method. Now how to set the post method? Call method hello underscore HTTP client, and then here request set underscore method. See, set underscore method control plus space, put a cursor and tab. Okay, so which method we want to set here? Let's say I want to here set the post method. So what I will do, I will write here post. This is the method I want to call. Okay, again 7 check, no error. Okay, so now after that we have to set the header fields. There is no header field, but we'll set a content type only because we have to pass the form data. Okay, this is like body form data. So what we'll do next, like hello underscore HTTP client request. This time what we want to do, we want to set header field. Okay, not fields, header field. Okay, put a cursor here, tab. Which field we want to set here? Here I want to set a field as content type. I want to set a field here as content hyphen type. This is the field which I want to set. Okay, what is the content type? Then here I will write application slash x hyphen www hyphen form hyphen URL encoded. Okay, so we're just setting the field, how we're passing the content. Okay, so we are passing the content with this type application slash www form URL encoded. Okay, no need of capital writing, we can pass in small only. So now this is done. So what is next? Now next is we have to set the parameter. Here we can see we need to pass like client type, client ID, client secret, all this detail we have to pass. Okay, so what we will do next here, body of post request. Okay, so first you have to concatenate all those values into a field lv underscore c data. So write concatenate like grant underscore type, grant underscore type equal to grant underscore type equal to. Now type we already mentioned in the table. So I will write gs underscore authentication data grant type. Okay, and here we have to add ampersand. Now second field is client ID. So what we will do here, my second field I want to pass as client ID equals to, what is the client ID? JS underscore authentication type client ID. Again ampersand. Now next one is you have to set a client secret. Client underscore secret equals to okay, so just for easily readable, JS underscore. This time I will pass client secret, again ampersand, and next field I want to pass the username and password. Two fields are remaining, so I will pass here username equals to, from the same table, username, again ampersand, and this time password equals to. This is the last variable which we have to pass. Okay, into LV underscore C data. In this variable, I'm concatenating all my variable which I want to pass to the URL. Client type, client ID, client secret, username, and password. Save, check, no error. Okay. After this, now just read the LV underscore. Just read the string length. This is optional. Just read the string length of this LV underscore C data. Okay, we have to pass in the second method. Now after this, what we have to do now? We have to set the C data. Okay, we have to set this data. So how to set this data? Again, we have to call one method. Call method hello underscore HTTP client. We are requesting, right? A request. Then here IF underscore HTTP interface underscore HTTP underscore entity. Okay, entity. Control plus space, cursor, and tab. Why it is not coming? It should come actually. Fine, we'll type here. So what we have to do here, like exporting. Okay, in the exporting parameter, first we have to set data equal to LV underscore C data. Okay, and then we have to also here pass length. Okay, the length also you have to pass len gth length now equal to LV underscore content value. Okay, and offset equals to 0. Save and check if any error. Sorry, here I forgot set data. That's why it is not. That interface method set data we have to call, and also it is here system is giving error for string length. The string length, I think some spelling mistake is there. strlen. Okay, here we have to give space. Yeah, and here it is set data we have to call. Set data. Set C data. That's why the remaining data was not coming. Okay, so hello HTTP client request HTTP entity. We have to set the data by passing the data and the content value. Now if I check, see this time no error. Okay, now we have already set the data. Now we have to send. Okay, send post. So now we have to send the URL. So what we'll do, again call method hello underscore HTTP client, and the method we have to call here is send. Okay. Here what we can do, as I mentioned, always open all the exceptions. And this time, even though this is like optional, but I will pass on here, I want to pass on time. Okay, CO timeout. After system will wait for 15 seconds, 15-20 seconds based on our requirement, or else it will give the timeout error. Okay, now we have here written the code to send the data. So what is next? Once you send the data, sometimes what happen actually, sometimes even though we're passing the authorization as token, sometimes pop-up comes to enter the username password. So we want to disable the pop-up for username password because we are already passing as a token. Okay, we will set that in SAP. Sometime one pop-up appear when we are sending this method, it asks for the username password. So we want to disable that pop-up. Okay, for that hello underscore HTTP client, here property type logon pop-up, okay, equals to hello underscore HTTP client, and we have to set method here co underscore disabled. Okay, pop-up for user ID and password we don't want. Okay, property type logon pop-up we want to set as disable. We don't want pop-up for login ID password. Now after this, once our request is sent, we have to read the response. So what we'll do, read the response. So we have to read the response from the Salesforce now. So for that, what we'll do, call method hello underscore HTTP client, and here receive, because we want to receive the response, right? Control plus space with the cursor. Okay, open the exceptions here. Now, how to read the response? As I have defined one field LV underscore JSON. So in that JSON, we'll get a response here. Hello HTTP client response. Get underscore CData. Okay, save. Check. One error. Okay, found get data is unknown. Let me check if any spelling mistake is there. Hello HTTP client, then response get underscore CData. Why it is giving error? I have to check that. Yeah, one space we have to give inside that. Okay, now in LV underscore JSON, we'll get a response. So what we can do now, what is my requirement? I want only two field in the output, EP token and EP token type. But in the response, we'll get all this field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what I want, I will deserialize. Once I have my data in the JSON, I will deserialize this JSON into internal structure. So how to deserialize? For that also there is a class UI2 CL underscore JSON. Now here we have to use deserialize method. Okay, so here we have to call deserialize method of this class, and here in the JSON we have to pass the JSON which we want to deserialize. So my JSON here is LV underscore JSON, And here after initialization, in which field we want the data. So as we have defined one response data declaration, let me self check first. Sorry, GS underscore response RES, which we have defined in the data declaration. Save. Check. Okay, if you see here, we have defined this structure for the response. So here we will get the response. Okay, and once we have our response in our GS underscore response structure, so finally we'll pass only token and token type to the output. GS underscore response hyphen access underscore token. Okay, this is the first field I want to pass in the output. And then EP underscore token underscore type. This is the second field which I want in the output. JS underscore response underscore token. Sorry, JS underscore response token type. Okay, save, check, and activate. So no error. Now I'll go to display mode. Now before executing one more time, I will explain the code. What I've done first, I've done all the data declaration till here. Then as this process, this I'm creating to fetch the token. So I'm reading my URL and the authorization parameter from this table by passing the process as token. Because in this table, I maintain the data. Okay. Then first, I'm creating the HTTP client by passing this URL, endpoint URL. After that, as per the document, I'm setting the post method. Then I'm setting the header field. All the parameters, set data we are doing here. Then send a request, disable the pop-up, receive the response, get the response in JSON, and deserialize JSON and get the output. Now let's execute. Now if I execute here, okay, so here I have to check, analyze what is the error here, that I have to check. But our program is ready now. Okay, our program is ready. Fine. Actually in this table, my authorization URL was wrong because this URL here as given dummy, as I cannot here type the actual URL. Okay, with all the ID and password, it's confidential. So that is why dummy URL I maintained. Now I replace the actual URL in the table. Now once I execute here, what will the system will first fetch the details of the URL. If I press F5, here you can see the data is fetched. Okay, and if I execute, so here in the output, see we can see the token number and the token type. Okay, so in this way we have created the function module to fetch the token. Now in the next function module, which will create to pass the demand data, this we have to pass along with the data, you have to pass those token and the barrier. That will learn in the next function module creation for the demand data that we'll see in the next session. So in this way, now finally we have developed the function module to fetch the token. Now whether this is Salesforce, this C4C or any other application, okay, if they are using the same concept of OAuth to authorization with grant type, password, username, password, you can use the same concept to fetch the token. When the token is ready, then you have to pass this to the second actual API. Thank you.